dinner, and so forth and so forth and so forth. What we learned, right, people? Yeah. From unauthorized access or attacks that are aimed for exploitation. Today, as we receive our hard-earned diplomats of recognition, certificates of recognition, whatever you want to call it, we identify ourselves as cybersecurity engineers. We have skills and knowledge in hardware, software, networks, and we can use logic and reasoning to identify the strengths and weaknesses of the IT system. We are extremely grateful for that, and we want to thank our host and hostess who actually, for 8 weeks, they gave us a place to study for free. So, I'm going to thank Mr. and Mrs. Beckley. They're here, and they stand up and be recognized. Amen. We were at the door every morning. Sometimes some people got there at 7:30 when we heard that we were having a test. People got there at 7:30. She was already up and awake, and the door was open wide for us. Amen. So we bless God for that. Yes. In closing, I'm not going to be long. This quote by Michelle Obama says, "Our greatness has always come from people who expect nothing and take nothing for granted. Folks who work hard for what they have, then reach back and help others after them." And who are we talking about? No other than our mama. Stand up. I might be reading from my paper, but it came from the heart. I would like to say that we owe all to you, our one and only professor. She's the best I've ever had. I've gone through school all my years, but no one has taught me like this lady. Second to my statistics teacher when I went to Montgomery College. She cracked the brain, she opened it up, put it in there, closed it. We took a class of cybersecurity, I call it for dummies. If you ever got anything on dummies, it tells you from 1 plus 1. That's how she taught this class for us to understand. Sometimes I doubted myself and I said to her, "What are the odds of me taking this class today?" She said, "You're setting yourself for failure." And that's not what she wants to see me do, or anybody else, or any of our graduates, any ones that are coming up. So, she has many names. Dr. Edwin Fon, a.k.a. Marfo, my one, Prof, Doc, my personal one, I call her EO. We knock on. We thank you so much. So much for putting this together. This is just a beginning. Amen. And great things will follow. Amen. We want to thank the church also for allowing us. Pastor Chia, we thank you so much for being there. I know the work that the Lord has given you is big, great work. But as you're passing it on, see the fruits of it. Amen. Where's my daddy? Daddy, we thank you for being the father of this house. Mommy, thank you for being my mommy. I fought for you from the time I was little. She told me to go to nursing school from the time that I finished high school here and I refused. But guess what I am today? Amen. I thank God. We thank you so much. Amen.
Amen? Please put your hands together for her again.
Okay, then let me do official then.
That is what I'm talking about. You know, for a while she went off script and she was still fluent. You know, there are some people in this country, President Trump, when he goes off script, never know what he will say. Amen? And of course, we know that you will use your knowledge for good, to protect and not to harm, because we are doing it as unto Lord. Amen?
Amen.
Otherwise, if the principal of this school, if she messes with us, we introduce a virus. Amen? Yes, I would like to introduce our guest speaker. None other than Pastor Christopher Ojo, who is also an IT professional. Put your hands together.
Thank you very much. My name is Christopher Ojo. I am a native of Africa, a resident of America, a citizen of the world. I have professionally been in this industry for 20 years. I am a cyber expert. I build infrastructure. I am, at this moment, I run a center, a training center. That was why when I was first called, I laughed, because it's not easy to train anybody. That is why I'm stopping my own training center, because it's so tough. I really give it to you for putting it in this way. I want to thank the set leadership of this house, because it takes a man to build a market. If not for the leadership, this place would not be conducive for learning. I really thank the leadership of this house. Amen. I want to especially thank those of you that are here today to witness this great success. You may think it's the beginning, but it's the beginning of great things. Yeah. I also especially want to congratulate the graduates of today. Let me tell you this. You just got enlisted in the best industry in the world. Amen. By 2020, the tech industry will be an $18 trillion industry, $18 trillion. So there's so much to go around. Our world is changing, and it's changing very fast. Vehicles are now being powered by electric and computers. Yes. Global algorithm is being monitored by computers. Yes. Before you know it, we'll be in a single world where everything happens. We're already there. This is Industry 4.0, where you do things with the push of a button. As a deployment engineer, I can tell you that I can deploy application from here and it's running at the ends of Africa. So what are we saying in essence? If you know what you just stepped into, you'll be happy. Needless, I tell you that this is the richest industry. You know of Jeff Bezos, the proprietor of Amazon. He's the richest man in the world. Even after parting with $35.5 billion, he's still the richest man in the world. So if you are here for the money, there is money. Wow. But you have to do more. A lot of work is involved in this industry. I tell you, as an AWS certified specialist, everything is going cloud. By the way, we build the environment that you are going to secure. Okay, so this is the best industry you want to be in. There is nothing about you just coming in today. There's always a first time. You might be intimidated by the fact that you are just new, people are already there, but that is not how the industry works. I may be in the industry for 20 years, you just came in today, you will be better than me. I'll give you an analogy. This industry is like the airline industry. If you've been a pilot for 20 years and you barely fly a plane, the pilot that just came in 2 years ago that have more flight time than you is more qualified. So needless for me to tell you that the best thing for you to do in this industry is to put your hands on it. It's a hands-on industry. Very soon, which is already happening, there will be no physical war. War will be fought in cybersecurity. And if you are a cybersecurity expert, you are in the forefront. Cyberspace is the new battlefield, and cybersecurity experts are the new gateway keepers. You are the army of the future, and the future just begins today. This is Industry 4.0, where everything is pushed forward. I tell you, don't let the knowledge stop with you. Because the industry you just joined is an industry for you to play it for. Teach the people coming behind. Let us know, and I say this with all due respect to everybody, I am very glad as an African when I see Africans thriving in this industry. Because there was a time when we were sitting in a very secure room. We were 8 of us working in the secure room. When I looked around, we were 4 Africans. I think you should clap for that. So if you hear anybody say there is no job in America, tell them that I said they are not qualified. That's why they don't have it. There are tons of jobs. And I say this sometimes joking. If you are from Africa and you are between the age of 20 and 70 and you make below $70,000 a year, you better pack your load and go back home. Yes. If you know where you are living today, this is the seat, not just the seat of power, this is the seat of money. Amazon is coming here to hire tons and tons of people. And who are they going to hire? It is you. You who just got into the industry. And I also want to tell the people listening today, it's never too late for you to start. It is never too late for you to start. You can put your hands on it today. And this is the only industry that I know that cuts across. You can be a nurse, you still know this thing. You can be it cuts across every industry. No need for you to waste your time. More jobs are coming, and I'm sorry to say that more jobs, we are going to lose more jobs. We will lose more jobs, but guess what? The jobs that we're going to lose, we are making new ways for them. So traditional way of doing things is going to go away. Some of us are old enough to know when we used to play videotapes. We don't have videotapes no more. Now we stream everything over the web. So more jobs are going to go away, more jobs are going to be created. I want to use this video to tell you, brothers and sisters, please keep stepping forward. And again, if you are here to make the money, welcome to the money world. Thank you very much.
Amen? Please put your hands together for him again. So we're not just here for the graduates. You are also here for yourself. To know that doors are going to be open even for you, irrespective of the age. Amen?
Amen.
It's amazing that the results of the last elections we had in this country were fought in the cyber world. And that even America is still struggling because they have not covered all the laws yet. And they are not sure about the direction of the next election coming. Everything is cyber. Amen? It's my honor to present, to call on the podium Dr. Maya Idwan to present the class of 2019. And I want to add first batch, because 2019 is still long. Amen? And there are other batches coming. Put your hands together for me.
Hello, everyone. Hello. It looks like the class of Omega Gen 2019 actually did it. If you are not telling
telling your face that you did it. Tell your face now. Yeah. Tell your face now. God did it and it was not easy at all. Alonzo, is that you? I'm looking for somebody from a very, very important organization who's supposed to be here with us. Carlos. Look at handsome Carlos hiding all the way behind the graduates. Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for him. Carlos, come on. Put your hands together the Omega way for Carlos. Please come sit down. We were waiting for you. We're so happy that you made it here. And I'm going to bring you the Cameroon way. Yeah, yeah, yo. So that's Pastor Ojo, Dr. Awasom, Mrs. of the Dr. Awasom. That's Dr. Bibi. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I want to present this class to you at this time. Now, if you hear something, Omega Gen 2019, and you think that it's about you, would you rise? She has a bachelor's degree in biological sciences and a master of science degree in environmental biology. She holds a Solaris certification, a CAP certification, and works as an information assurance specialist in Washington, D.C. He works in the healthcare industry currently. He's married to a tech lady. Tech lady. Unfortunately, his dad just passed. He struggled to make it out here because his dad was a teacher. He would literally get out of his grave and whip his bottom if he stayed home and just keep mourning. So while working in the healthcare industry, he's pursuing a master's degree in cybersecurity from West Governors University. Ladies and gentlemen,
this is the official recording, and I cannot be doing this when you take picture and you're sitting down. So take as best as you can. This is all man for us. Please try to avoid
this loving wife with two handsome boys is a state registered nurse. She holds a bachelor's degree in telecommunication from Bowie State University, a bachelor's degree in nursing from Washington Adventist University, and a master's degree in nursing from Grand Canyon University. Her favorite thing to do is shopping. Hard-working single parent. Very hard-working. She loves God with all her heart. She's a database administrator, an associate investor within a major cryptocurrency. Have you ever heard that word before? Cryptocurrency corporation, and also is a financial literacy advisor. She has a persistent curiosity to learn. Thank you, Zoe. She has a lot of support from her husband, 4 kids, her parents, the doctor and the wife, her 2 sister-in-laws, and every time she came out to the program, these people were behind her, supporting her. That is her husband. You can help me. Her husband, 2 sisters-in-law, mother and father, right? So there was no way she could flung out. She currently manages a successful kids management agency, and she has a master's degree in nursing. Our next scholar has a bag full of degrees and certifications. And you would say, why did she come to this class? And she was the one always saying, oh my God, I didn't know about that. Oh my God, this is good. Because she could make connections. She has a certification, many of them. CCNP, for those of us in the field, that's not an easy certification. Windows certification, that's NCSE. She already has preparing for us. And now she's preparing for her CISSP. She has a master's degree in information technology. She works as a triage consultant for Beacon Health Options. She has a master's degree in social work, and this is very, very exciting news. She just got accepted in UMBC in their master's program in information systems. She gives her time and commitment to serving the country. As a FEMA and Red Cross employee, she has successfully served in 3 major disasters, and she came home free. So she served in Irma, Florence, and Michael. She's going to skillfully combine her newly acquired knowledge in cybersecurity with her emergency management program. She is so excited to be here. He works for the federal government and has the highest level of clearances that we cybersecurity people look at him and we turn green. He dresses sharp, he's heading for his card and Security Plus, and will be remembered as one of the kindest in this class, and is Mr. GQ. A certified insurance and financial guru, teaching people how to grow money in about 23 states in the United States of America. He will be starting his own firm as a consultant. So he's studying so he can look at for cybersecurity consultancy. Donkey years ago, he worked the state as a valedictorian. And today, he's been having a doctorate, as we say in DC. He's a doctor, PhD, in clinical toxicology, with experience in dietary supplements. Doctor. She recently arrived in the USA, like she just got off the airplane. I heard about the class and joined the class. She had trouble trying to figure out why you all say syrup instead of syrup, and water instead of what is hot. She said, I'll join the class anyway. I'll skip some of the words, but I will complete. She's starting off as a nurse aide and currently works in a food production line. And she's heading on for big things. Amen. She arrived in the United States with a Bachelor of Science degree in business management. Currently working as a nurse in a correctional facility, a mother of one, and a real princess from Africa. We thank her for bearing with us and having our She's from a family of 7 children, and most of her siblings are in here today. She loves her family very much. She loves to sing and dance. Yes. And she has a bachelor's degree in computer science. Yes. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you this class. And so I wanted to be sure that I was talking about you in very clear terms so that academia can know who they're giving a diploma to. I want to say that this class walked through IT fundamental, networking, and finally Security Plus content. When you have a class that comes in and you say protocol and they say what's protocol, you say IP, they say what's IP. I mean, every word that comes out of your mouth, they're asking you what it is. You just backpedal and go back and start at IT fundamental. And I thank those of you who were patient with some of us to bring us along. But I want to present you to the authority out here on this first line and say you came to school regularly and on time. Wow. You completed your work, and that truly you can receive that diploma and consider yourself baby engineers in cybersecurity. Engineer 1. So I present a class of Engineer 1 that's taking the baby steps, but they're going to go really, really fast in a little one. Wow. So ladies and gentlemen, Omega Gen class of 19. Amen. And now, thank you. Please sit. We thank Pastor Oyo. You went to the point. You're young, and so I'm thinking that there was a whole lot of connection with the younger ones in here. They've seen that you've been in this for a long time and that it really works. So thank you so much. Thank you. At this point, ladies and gentlemen, I will introduce to most people and maybe present to some who might have met him before. Carlos Edwards. He's from the International Consortium of Minority Cyber Security Professionals. Do you remember that? When I said all of you needed to go out there and be part of that? Yes. It is so big of an honor for us to have somebody come from New York for your graduation. I'm going to hand over the mic to you. Take it.
Thank you very much. I am not a public speaker. And I'm not sure that I'll leave you with anything overly profound, but I think I do have a few key messages that I hope will resonate and will serve you well throughout your career. But I want to start with a quote by Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Life's most persistent and urgent question is, what are you doing for others? And before I get to you, I want to take an opportunity to recognize Dr. Edwin. I understand that if I were to go to a Security Plus course, I think I would be paying $2,500 for that 1 week. And I think you fulfilled that need for these guys without a course. Yes. So you hear a couple of quotes throughout the day that seems to resonate with me. And I want the theme to be today all about thinking differently. Thinking differently. Hopefully I can tie it all together and make you understand why that theme. Anyway, building on what Pastor Ojo, if I got that correct, a statement that he was making up here as I walked in the door, I want to read an extract from the legislation was recently passed on the House back in February to train and retain highly skilled cybersecurity professionals in the federal workforce. A couple of extracts, I'm not going to read that entire legislation, but there are a couple of pieces that I want to emphasize on. Mr. President, cyber attacks are one of the greatest threats to our national security today. As our world becomes increasingly connected, bad actors are trying to, I don't have my glasses, infiltrate our most critical networks, from our military systems and our electrical grid to our financial institutions and small business. We face a rising number of cyber attacks that have the potential to expose our sensitive personal information or disrupt nearly every aspect of our daily lives. It goes on to say we face a serious shortage of highly trained cybersecurity experts to fill the positions. Estimates indicate there is a global shortage of approximately 3 million desperately needed cybersecurity professionals. That was a recent study that showed there are approximately an estimated 65,000 college graduates this year in the field of IT and computer science. IT and computer science, not cybersecurity, but in the STEM curriculum in general. Of those 65,000 anticipated graduates for this year, only approximately 12,000 are women, and even less of a percentage are minorities. So those statistics alone aren't startling enough to make you understand the urgent need and calling for us to be role models in the field of cybersecurity. I'm not sure what is. Hence the founding of my nonprofit, International Consortium of Minority Cybersecurity Professionals. A few colleagues and I realized that there was a syndrome of the only one in the room. I don't know if you've ever heard that term before. It's a saying when you walk in the boardroom or a C-suite room and you see no one that looks like you, no one that's relatable in any way at all, other than it's a male or what have you, but that's about the only traits and characteristics that we saw and similar. As such, we decided to establish an organization that's geared towards bridging that great minority cyber divide. What we do is we offer scholarships, but before we talk about scholarships, I want to talk about the stages before scholarships. We go into